nice. Just get a little peek here at the way that it rolls over these rocks when it hits them. I think it's got actually a pretty, maybe probably needs a little shock oil and things, but it seems like it's got a pretty balanced suspension.
Not bad. And in reverse.
Pavement handling isn't too bad either. My first real scuff.
So after the first run, I mean, I didn't even get to go through the batteries. I mean, they started losing a little bit of power near the end. I could tell just because it wasn't raising up as much. But I mean, this thing impressed me. I definitely like it. There's some things I'll adjust, like the shock oils, at least in the rear. Front seems to hold up pretty well, but the rear just seems to have that sag. So I'll probably go ahead and upgrade some of that. But body, you know, I protected it before I left. But you know, I got the Gorilla Tape on there, so held up pretty well. Only took a couple scuffs. But I mean, all in all, this truck, what I felt, which I don't know if it expressed it on camera or not, but what I felt is the low end torque that this thing had. Like, you know, there's some stuff that I couldn't catch on tape. Basically, you know, when the camera, I either was too busy watching the truck and not watching the camera to make sure I got it. But I missed a couple of really nice cartwheels, and you know, everything held up nicely. I flexed this bumper up at least 4 or 5 times really hard, and with these being a direct connect instead of that buffer guard, you know, it seems to be holding up much better. So I do like that, definitely, and it makes that rear bumper so much stiffer. So I mean, with that being said, that's a plus. If I can find a way to make that work on the T10, I might. Not that it's a point anymore, but for people that don't have the T-bones at least. But if you have the T-bones, you won't need that. But either way, I mean, this I got nothing bad to say about this truck right now. I can't really put anything down about this truck. There's nothing that I've seen other than the shocks that having too much sag. Which again, I always change my shock oil out, so I'm prepared for that. So that I don't count that as a downfall. But just there's nothing that I've seen that makes me feel upset about this truck and the performance that it had. You know, everything went to my expectations or higher, as far as, you know, a $300 truck would go, knowing that the earthquake was more, and you know, putting it in perspective of what it is. So you know, tires held up great. Yeah, they balloon, but they definitely hold up. I mean, the chassis, man, them big rocks I hit. This thing's this is one run, so it's definitely going to tear your chassis up. I might look into a chassis guard or something for the bottom of this. I'll probably have T-bones made for it as well, so that'll at least hopefully cover this, get it elevated a little bit. But yeah, it took a beat, man. It's one run, and again, a little bit on those rocks, but it held up. I mean, this can get scratched up all at once. It's not going to do anything to the truck. But that's a very nice truck for $300. You know, and not just because I sell them, but you know, because I'm comparing it to what else is on the market. I mean, if you think about what Redcat's doing, I mean, look how many trucks they've put out over the last year and a half, 2 years, and the quality of them and the price point of them. And you can look at the competition, Traxxas and everybody, you know, how many trucks did they put out? We got the same old lineup, you know, from them. You know, the prices stay the same, everything else. Redcat's putting out quality vehicles and definitely has stepped up the game, and in my opinion, changed the game completely. I mean, you know, there's a lot of background to that and why I feel that way, but it's definitely a game changer, this truck, for the price point. The hub extenders held up great. I mean, again, a couple really big cartwheels. You know, we'll need some more runs on it and actually get this thing bashing a little bit. Did a little more bashing unintentionally than I had planned on today. I just wanted to kind of get out for the first run, but it's so tempting. You know, it's found that manhole cover, and once I figured I could get some air on that, it took me about 3 or 4 attempts of nosediving to actually get a couple where I was getting them to land. So, you know, again, I wasn't planning on looking for jumps. I kind of was looking for an open field, and just kind of ended up where I ended up. So hopefully the next run on this will be a little more exciting, a little more bashing, a little more jumping, and a little bit more durability testing, which, in my opinion, I did durability testing today. Again, unintentionally. This thing's flipped, cartwheeled, and everything else. So, you know, I got no problems with it as of today. So we'll check back in a couple runs later and see how I feel. Make sure everything stays the same, in my opinion. But as of right now, my first impression of this truck is it's freaking great for $300. I mean, under $400 with batteries, and you know, at $400 with batteries and a charger. So, you know, check me out, redcatdealer.com. If you guys have any questions, drop a comment. I'll be happy to answer them. And stay tuned. More on this truck to come.